So here we go. Having fun with the wedding party. All right. Now, I know wedding parties vary a lot from wedding to wedding. Like I said, some weddings I have a lot of fun with them, and some of them the people are more reserved. Some wedding parties are made up of like 20 people, like 10 guys and 10 girls. Some are made up of just like two, one guy, one girl. Some people don't even have wedding parties anymore. So this will vary a little bit depending on your situation. But in general, the wedding party should be made up of your closest friends and family. I mean, why would you pick them if they weren't like your favorite people? Why would you ask them to hang out with you all day and to be up on stage with you if you didn't love these people? These are special people. And a lot of these people you may not have seen for a long time. So like, if you're getting married a little later in life after college or something, maybe your friends went to a different university. Maybe it's just a family member that lives far away. You haven't seen them. So this is a special time to get to connect with them again, hang out with them, have a good time, and, just create a bunch of memories. So you want to make sure you're doing things to make this fun for everyone. And that's what this whole video is about, is I'm going to have different ideas, different things you can do to create those memories, create those fun times. So let's talk about before the wedding even happens. Most people will do a bachelor party or a bachelorette party, and usually this is a really good time. Now, people don't always share what happens on these things, which is probably for the best. But one of the cool things is people usually make it a trip. So people go to Vegas all the time, and it's a good bonding time. Maybe this is the first time some people get to meet other people in the wedding party. But I would suggest you do something, get out there, have fun. And it is a time, like, this is different than the wedding because this is just focused on the small group. Like, the small wedding party group is going off and doing their own thing and having a good time. On the wedding day, there'll be a lot more people, so it's not as focused on the group. So I would suggest doing something for the bachelorette party. It doesn't have to be insane, but, do something. Now, another good opportunity is the night before the wedding. There's usually have rehearsal dinner, but if you can go out and do something fun afterwards, maybe just go out to a bar, have some drinks, go to a batting cage or go to that Top Golf thing. I don't know, do something, Now, I would suggest this though. Don't go too crazy. I mean, we've all seen the movie The Hangover and what happened because of that. So with the wedding being the next day, don't go nuts. You don't want people having hangovers or missing body parts or anything crazy like that. But it is an opportunity to go have some fun with your friends before the actual wedding day. So I would suggest doing both of those. And the real fun we'll talk about is on the actual wedding day. Now, some basic things I suggest. Make sure you have plenty of time. So this is just good general wedding advice on that. I mean, if you don't have enough time, you're going to be stressed. You're going to be hurrying from one thing to the next. Don't do that. So plan plenty of time for the whole wedding day, but also plan plenty of time for everyone in the wedding party to be there. So have them get there early. I mean, the guys, it takes them like 30 minutes to get ready, but they can still come early and just hang out and have fun. For the girls, it's usually a little better because they take longer and sometimes they get behind. So if they're there early, you don't have to worry about falling behind on your schedule. Another big thing, don't give people a ton of jobs or responsibilities. If you give them 100 things to do, how are they going to enjoy the day? I've just seen it too many times where the maid of honor looks more stressed out than anyone else because she's in charge of having to make sure all these things get done. So don't do that to them. All right, and then the last thing Food for sure. I know not everybody drinks, but booze and food is usually a good, I don't know, formula, a good thing to start the fun. So have those readily available. Okay. Now, I'm going to try and go through all this, and this is not like the end all list. There's plenty of other things you can do, but these are just some things you could do to kind of make sure you're having fun throughout the day. The most common thing I see is music being played. So, again, this usually is with girls, but not always. Having music playing in the background while they're getting their hair and makeup done. Having enough space where they can dance around and just have a good time, and if they feel like dancing, whatever. Guys, a lot of the times will be chilling somewhere watching football games if it's a Saturday, and I think that's a lot of fun for most of them. The next one, be careful on this one, because again, we've seen what happens when people drink too much. But I've seen this a few times where people play drinking games, and I don't know. So back in college, I used to do that kind of stuff, and it was just a fun reminder of like, this is what we used to do. This is a game we used to all play together. It could be card games as well. It doesn't have to be drinking, but just some kind of game, something that is familiar to the group, that brings back those memories of the past. I don't even remember what this one game. I saw this one group playing a game, and I can't remember what it was called, but they were having so much fun just playing this together, and I'm assuming they had all played several times before. Story time is always fun. Just sitting around telling stories about things that happened in the past, bringing back up old memories and dumb things people did. It's just fun because, like I said, a lot of these people you may not have seen in like 5 years or more, and just something about reconnecting with those things you did. It's just hilarious. I mean, I know if I get around my friends, we'll be bringing up plenty of things that happened, and we'll laugh so hard about something that happened like 15 years ago. But it's a good time. Karaoke. So if you have a karaoke machine, or if you just want to play music and have people sing out loud, that's always fun for people. So this one is funny, but also I guess could get you in trouble. And I don't know, do they even have those like disposable, the cameras that you send in to get the film developed anymore? I feel like they still have them. But like if you were to give people some little cameras that they could just go around taking photos throughout the day, I think that would be pretty funny. The photos probably would turn out really, poorly, but it would still be fun to see what people would take photos of as it's going. I said, I think those are still a thing, but they may not be a thing anymore. Play the game Catchphrase, where you come up with a catchphrase and you try and put it into as many situations as possible throughout the day. Bingo bango, I don't know, it could be whatever, but like just throughout the day, when it makes sense, you say the catchphrase and you see how many times you can do it. It's kind of like the next one, Meow. And if you've watched the movie Super Troopers, you know what I'm talking about. These two police officers play this game where basically you're having a conversation with someone and you have to say the word meow as many times as possible, but you're like doing it with a straight face. And it sounds like you might be saying now, or you can just mix it in however you want, but it's a real fun game. Another similar fun game is called High Five. So throughout the day, you just try and get as many high fives as possible from random people, and bonus points for like people you don't actually know. So you can imagine just going around like at the reception and trying to get people to high five you. I think that would be a lot of fun. Okay, moving on to the reception. So I have the grand entrance. I've seen this a lot where each person that they walked with comes up with their own idea of how they're going to enter the reception. some kind of dance move, some kind of thing. Like one of the wedding back in October. These two come in and they actually shotgun a beer in front of the entire, in front of everybody. I thought that was really funny. Or just like doing dance moves. But I think that's fun, giving them the opportunity to come up with something, their own little thing. When things start getting fun, you could have like a little dance off. So the way that works is people form a circle, and then someone hops in the middle and does some kind of dancing, and then someone else comes out and tries to do something cooler than what they did. But that's always fun. You could do a little limbo game, and if you don't have an actual pole, you could just have like people holding hands and people trying to go underneath them. Photo booths are a lot of fun. The good thing about that is you can get a lot of people in there together and get a photo of people acting crazy. And then, they print out so you can have those, take them home with you or whatever and have them later. And that means a lot. It really does. So quick story, then I'll move on to the next one. Back in October, I did a wedding for a former student of mine. And let's see, I think four of the bridesmaids were also my former students. And so we were doing a photo booth for them as well that day. And so at the end of the night, I got all of them in a photo booth together. And that picture means a lot to me, because it's me with all the girls I taught, and it's just, it's just special to be able to see that and have that print at my office or wherever. Another thing you can do, so I tend to do creative photos at the end of the night with a couple. And if you can get the wedding party involved in that, then it's always fun. So like I've had the wedding party help out with sparklers. I've had them spell things. I've had them run around. I had the wedding party shooting off fireworks a few months ago. But getting them involved with that makes it really fun for them, because then they feel special, like they were part of it. All right. So another thing is just general photo ideas or poses you can do with the wedding party to make this really fun. If any of y'all are Mighty Duck fans, you know what the flying V is. Basically, you have like the bride or the groom at the front, and then you have people V'ing off behind them, creating this V. If you all have sunglasses, those are always fun. Could be boys or girls, does not matter. But just having people throw on sunglasses and then, act as cool as they possibly can, those really are fun. I always do a kiss reaction photo with the group. So I tell them, I say, okay, I'm going to have the couple kiss and you guys can react in whatever way you want. So sometimes it's really positive. Sometimes it's like really grossed out. And it just gives people a chance again to be funny and stupid and do whatever they want. Jumping photos. A little harder to do because, sometimes people have heels on and it's really hard to get people to time the thing correctly. But jumping photos can be really fun if you can get it to work. 1, 2, 3, everybody jump up, do something with your hands, your legs, your arms, whatever. Another really popular one is having the bride or groom get picked up. So like having the guys pick up the bride, like the groomsmen pick up the bride. But then also super funny is when the girls try and pick up the groom. I've yet to have anyone like super fall, but just like the reaction on his face and the reaction on the girl's face as they try and lift him up is always hilarious. And it is just so funny to watch. Some other photo ideas or poses with the whole group. So like you can have the couple step forward and then have everyone in the back behind them where they can't see, acting just ridiculous, doing whatever they want again, just being silly. And that's just, I think people really like it when they get to just act nuts. Next one's not super not super cool or anything, but just letting the wedding party walk and interact and talk with each other. And then the last one is a partner pose. So basically what happens is you partner up with the person that you're walking with. So hopefully there's an even number. It doesn't always work. And then you guys discuss a pose you're going to do. And it can be basically anything. And so then I say 1, 2, 3, and everyone strikes their pose, whatever it is. And it's funny what people come up with, but it's interacting, being crazy, part of a group. It always is really great. Okay, I know I went through that. Let me see how. Okay, I've been talking for 20 minutes. I know I went through a lot of that quickly, but I think a lot of it's pretty self-explanatory. And again, these aren't all of the ideas out there. There are plenty of other things you can do with them. But, if you're trying to come up with something fun to do, pick a few of these things from there. Or come up with something, like I said, completely on your own. Now, but the big thing is, know your people. If you have a bunch of extremely conservative people, drinking games is probably not going to be the thing to do. If they're really shy, then a lot of these things are not going to work as well. So you need to know them, but also don't force them into something they're just going to hate. Because if you're forcing them to do something they hate, then they're not going to be having fun. I used to be a lot more reserved than I am now, and I would always hate it when someone would try and push me to do something ridiculous in front of a bunch of people. So, know them, know their personality, know what fits with you guys. I mean, the biggest thing is that you're interacting with them. Okay, interacting with them and having a good time. Whatever that looks like, that is completely up to you guys. Okay? But like I said, I've seen the weddings where the wedding party is having a lot of fun, and I've seen the weddings where the wedding party seems kind of bored. And I think adding some of these things will help them have a good time, and you're going to create so many fun memories. And and when you get together in the future, we talked about story time. When you guys get together in the future, you'll be like, "Oh, you remember when he did that at your wedding? Oh God." And that's just fun. You want to create memories with these people. You want it to be a good time. So hopefully, guys, this has helped. Okay, hopefully these ideas you can make your own. Come up with your own games, and everyone will have a blast at your wedding.